KwaZulu-Natal Education MEC Kwazi Mshengu is today visiting the Mangosuthu University of Technology following violent clashes between students and police. Yesterday, students used burning tyres and debris to block the institution's main entrance. One student was arrested during the clashes. Management says it met with the SRC, which was not part of yesterday's protests, to give its assurance that some of the issues will be addressed. Classes remain suspended. Our reporter Desan is getting an update and joins us now from MUT. A very good morning to you, Desan. So what's the situation like today?
Well, Morena, certainly a lot different from the last time we spoke yesterday. You'll remember that this road that I'm standing on now, the Mangosuthu Highway, was blocked at that point. Certainly a lot more peaceful, but that doesn't mean that police are turning a blind eye to what's happening here or the meeting. You'll see that they're just behind me. They are on standby. They have an armored vehicle. They have some police that have been deployed, but they're basically just keeping watch outside the campus premises at this point. As you mentioned, there is a meeting that is going on inside the campus, but at this point there have been no reports of any student protest. I believe it also has a lot to do with the fact that the students will first want to hear what the education authorities in the province have to say before they decide how to approach the situation going forward.
So you're mentioning that there is a meeting happening inside. Does that meeting involve the MEC? Is she there?
That's right. So MEC for Education in KZN Mshengu has arrived. He is now currently in that meeting that we're talking about. So that's taking place behind closed doors. And this meeting involves the management here at the Mangosuthu University of Technology, as well as representatives of the SRC as well. I did have a very short conversation with one of the members of the SRC on the phone, and he did indicate that they would be part of that meeting. So they were waiting eagerly to hear how their issues are going to be addressed. But I must say at this point, Morena, it is going to be, it's going to take a lot more than just one meeting to resolve some of those issues, because they involve re-looking at how the university deals with its finances. Because as you know, one of the issues is around, for example, historic debt, as well as things like free registration. So for students, that's one of the things that they were calling for. And then, coupled with all of this, you've got the staffing issues here at Mangosuthu University of Technology as well. So we are told that the MEC for Education will give us an update on the other side of that meeting, and the last time I checked, it should be wrapping up pretty soon.
What are we expecting the Education Department in the province to say? I mean, obviously about MUT, about DUT, and just about, you know, the fees crisis in the province itself. Because like you said, one meeting won't solve this, because there have been meetings that have happened in years gone by, and yet here we are still in 2021 dealing with this. So what exactly can we, and I suppose the students, expect the Education Department to say?
Well, at this point, the MEC for Education here has really come in almost as a mediator to first listen to what some of these issues are and see how he can engage in it. But as you rightfully said, these are issues that we've seen in the past. These are meetings that we've seen in the past. So really, at this point, the only type of intervention that can change the status quo is a national intervention, and that would be done not just at this institution, but at institutions across the country. So I don't want to preempt anything just yet, but I will be listening quite carefully to find out how the MEC is going to ensure that the academic program here resumes, while they do deal with some of those issues that go far beyond the province, this institution, and obviously takes, you know, that these problems are affecting students at a national level.
All right, Desan, thank you very much. We will be catching up with you a little later on once we know what the MEC has got to say following that meeting. That's our reporter, Desan, coming to us from MUT outside the Mangosuthu University of Technology.